I'm 5 years on YouTube, over 5 years now, and I'm not monetized. So I guess I'm the one who should teach you 10 things what not to do on YouTube or something. Well, I'm going to tell you a few things that I would do differently on YouTube. And the thing that actually I want to mention right away is that when you do any kind of social media, it's good to learn from the beginning who is your audience, you know. And for me, it took really a while to understand who is that person who is interested in watching my channel. And of course, also my channel has been changing a little bit over the time, and this could be one of the reasons. But basically, I had the idea that, and it's very often the case, that people who are going to watch you are people who are like a little bit younger, a little bit less experienced, people who kind of want to become like you in a way, yeah? And it's very often the case. So I could expect very easily that young female species, okay, young women would be watching this channel. Actually, what I found out is that people who watch this channel are mostly very often also a little bit older, more experienced, and maybe more intelligent from what I can see. The result of analyzing my audience has been that my audience is completely different from what I have expected from the beginning. And that's why for many years I was actually talking to a different person. And it makes such a difference, you know, because now when I think about you, who are actually people, you know, really mature, experienced people watching me, I feel much more, how to say, first of all, I feel more relaxed in the way that I don't have to be the authority here because you're just so experienced yourself, and probably you would be the one giving me, you know, advice. I can talk to you on the same eye level, or maybe with a little bit more respect, even more respect, because your presence here really makes me feel like, wow. I must admit, I really love when you leave me comments. First of all, so that I get to know you better, like really know who is watching this channel. And second, you give me a new perspective. Especially I love comments which give me a different perspective from mine. Yeah? Because I'm also here to learn, especially with such audience, it's a must. It's really makes me think. Yeah, it's a challenge for my brain, for my mind, for me in general. So I have to really, it makes me more alive, you know. Thing is, how do you make your audience talk? I guess I'm not the person to answer this. First, I'm an introvert. I hate public speaking in general. I had to do it in my life for different reasons, and like the first time I realized that talking actually is a good way to help people and also to do a lot of, like, communication is so important in our lives. If you want to influence for the better, hopefully, in the world, then you have to talk. You have to open your mouth, even if you don't feel like that, you know. And then sometimes I have to do public speaking. And when you go to the audience, like in real life, then you see the people. You know how old they are. You know from the face expressions how they react to what you're saying. If they're smiling, if they're like laughing, if they're like bored and almost falling asleep, you can really see it and feel it. When you talk in real life. And when you talk online like that, if you don't get any comments from people, you don't know if they were bored, you don't know if they were laughing their head off, you know, if they liked it, if they agree, if they disagree, you have no idea. And then you're making another video and you're like, it's like giving a public talk in the darkness and not really seeing the audience. This is exactly how it feels guys, if you don't leave comments. So I want to thank all of you who do leave me comments. It's really such a big help. And for those who want to start a YouTube channel, make people leave you a comment, whichever way you could convince people to do it, do it. And because I realized people sometimes watch me for years not saying a single word, like why? It's not a TV show, you know. It's a yeah. But I understand, because first of all, like introverted people, they don't like to leave comments, and it's also like going beyond your comfort zone and leaving a comment, taking your time. But this way, you support your favorite channel. You know, if you watch a channel and you leave a comment, you give this person the idea, like what it's all about and how you feel about it. So I just want to tell you that, again, thank you very much for that. And yeah, if you want to start a channel, make sure like you really ask people to leave you a comment. Probably you have to explain why, because some of them might not understand. And from the metric point of view, comments are not as important as watch time, actually. So if you really want to support your favorite creator, make sure you watch videos till the end, or as long as possible. Yes, and one more thing I want to tell you, that recently, you know, there is that thing that YouTube doesn't count any more views from people who use ad blockers, which means that if you use ad blockers, you're not helping your favorite channels at all. You're actually making it worse. Yeah. So just for you to know that using ad blockers is really the bad thing for YouTube and for creators on YouTube. Yeah. So don't be surprised that your views will not be counted, your likes will not be there. You know, you will feel probably shadow banned because YouTube will do everything to block you back. You know, just don't do that. And I also, since YouTube started blocking people using ad blockers, so to say, I noticed also a drop of views also on my channel, exactly on people. So I noticed that people who are watching me on the desktop, those views went down. Yeah, because it's on the desktop that you are using ad blockers. Users on the phone and everything else, like they are the same more or less, but users on the desktop went down, guys. It means some of you probably use ad blockers. Just for you to know that it's really hurting channels. Yeah. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, now it's really a challenging time, actually, because of the new algorithms, because of these new changes on YouTube, also because of AI, artificial intelligence. People are making a lot of artificial content with one click, you know. And by the way, on this channel, there is not a single video, you know, made by artificial intelligence. I'm a real person, you know. I want to say you can almost touch me, but you can't. You can't touch. Yeah. By the way, I'm testing this new mic. I'm on the top of the hill, and it's windy, so I'm curious if the sound is good. If you think the sound is good, let me know. Some of you were telling me I should work on the sound, so I'm testing now the mic. Anyway, I'm the real person. This is real nature. It's not like AI generated content, you know, something like that. And you will not see something like this in my channel because, yeah, I have always been supporting authentic way of doing it on YouTube. Authenticity is like one of the most important, you know, things for me when it comes to this kind of communication. And I has been talking about it all through those years, those 5 years I'm on YouTube. I have always emphasized authenticity, but I never thought that this would be so so that would be so wrong now with when it comes to authenticity. It's like it's all upside down, you know. There are so many channels who are artificially made, you know, avatar, artificially made landscape and everything. And you might think that you still see the difference, but young people don't really see any difference. People a little bit older, maybe on some channels you see the difference, but on some you just don't, or it takes you longer to recognize that this is artificially made, and very soon you will not see any difference. Yeah, it's growing so fast. Artificial intelligence is improving so fast, becoming more and more intelligent that it can really cheat human eye, you know, and it will be even worse. Yeah, so there are so many challenges. I think now it's maybe the worst time to start on social media. But anyway, social media is not going anywhere. It's still the best way to reach out to people for different reasons. If you want to build your brand, your community, for business purposes, or you know, you want to build your legacy or to share your wisdom and stuff, it's still the best way to do it. Yeah. Also check out my Instagram account down there in the description. Oh, it's really windy. I really wonder if you can hear me, if this mic is actually on. Nowadays it also takes so much time only to figure out how this technique works, you know. Everything is becoming more complicated. But okay. It's the modern world, so to say. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you didn't like it. What was your takeaway? What would you advise to the audience on this channel? Yeah. When it comes to YouTube nowadays. And if you disagree, please let me know. This is especially, I love when you disagree with me, when you bring a different perspective, you know, on life and things in general. It's just, I'm learning myself and my community is learning. I love it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this talk and also this scenery. Let me show you a little bit of the scenery here. Yeah, and it's a nice time of the year, right? Still very warm. Actually, here you almost don't see any yellow trees. It's because of the ocean, it keeps it warm, you know, and it's like the warmest part. But when you go deeper into the woods, it's already, you can see a lot of yellow trees and some red, beautiful trees. But not here on the coast. It's still really like looks like summer almost, you know. Anyway, hope to hear from you. If you subscribe, you know, for more authentic content, then I will see you in the next video.